I'm going to ruin the manifestation for you in the first 60 seconds of this video. Most people think they're stuck because of a lack of discipline, bad timing, or some cosmic delay. It's a comforting lie. The truth is much uglier. Your body is actively sabotaging your ambition because your current identity is a survival contract, and real growth breaks the contract. If you clicked on this expecting me to tell you that the universe picks special souls for greatness, turn the video off now. Greatness isn't a destiny, it's a physical tolerance level. Certain people expand while everyone else stays trapped at the exact same size because they learned how to override their biological ceiling. It isn't spiritual, it's structural. Let's look at the machinery. The biological ceiling, why you aren't allowed to win yet. It isn't spiritual. Part 1, the threat of the next tier. Let's talk about the secret horror of getting everything you have ever wanted. When you stay stuck, broke, invisible, or single, your mind complains but your biology is completely at peace. Predictable misery is deeply safe. Your body knows exactly how to process the chemical cocktail of routine disappointment every single morning without dying. It has mastered the art of functioning inside your current cage. But the second real leverage enters your life, the massive contract, the high-stakes relationship, the sudden platform your subconscious does not see as an opportunity. It sees a catastrophic threat to your equilibrium. It registers a violent shift in atmospheric pressure. I watched a founder spend 3 grueling years trying to secure funding for his startup. The week a prominent firm finally offered him $2 million in seed capital, he didn't celebrate. His body went into shock. He stopped eating. He hyper-analyzed completely standard legal clauses, convinced himself the board was conspiring against him, and sent an aggressive email that torpedoed the deal overnight. He didn't do it because he was stupid. He did it because his physical body hit its upper limit capacity. His conscious mind wanted the money, but his physical identity couldn't handle the sheer volume of reality required to hold $2 million. He burned his own building down just so he could go back to a temperature he knew how to survive. Have you ever sabotaged a relationship right when it got healthy? Ghosted a major client right after they asked for a bigger proposal? Stop asking, why did I do that? Start asking the real question. What massive scale of reality was my body desperately trying to escape? The greatest myth sold by elite performers is that they possess some superhuman mutation that completely silences fear. They don't. Fear is built firmly into human hardware. The actual difference between someone who radically transforms their life and someone who spins their wheels for a decade comes down to one singular metric. When a low-density identity encounters high pressure, it deforms instantly. It shrinks, over-explains itself, apologizes, or runs away. A high-density identity experiences the exact same terrifying pressure, but it holds its shape. Like cheap plastic melting under the sun versus tempered steel hardening in the fire. You do not build a tempered steel identity by screaming fake affirmations in the mirror. You build it through a brutal, quiet process I call micro-volume exposure. Sitting in heavy silence when someone sharply challenges you, instead of instantly jumping to defend your fragile ego. Stating your premium price to a client without stuttering, laughing, or offering a desperate discount. Allowing yourself to be seen clearly without putting on a self-deprecating mask to make everyone else comfortable. Holding space for your ambition in a room full of people content with mediocrity, without shrinking your posture to match theirs. Every single time you refuse to flinch when reality gets loud, you aggressively rewrite your biological ceiling. You send a concrete neurological message. We do not collapse when the room gets big. 99% of people get completely trapped here. They become fatally addicted to phantom proof. Phantom proof is external noise. It is the vanity metric ticking up, the massive crowd clapping, the person texting you back, the bank balance changing. Phantom proof is a trap. It is slow, it is lagging, and it is completely outside your control. if your entire sense of expansion relies on phantom proof. You become a beggar at the gates of your own environment, helplessly waiting for reality to drop a dime in your cup so you have permission to believe in your value. The top 1% operate exclusively on structural proof. Structural proof is totally invisible. It is built in the absolute dark, through private daily audits that no one will ever reward you for, catching a highly toxic narrative mid-sentence in your own head and executing it on the spot, keeping an incredibly difficult contract you made with yourself when you are exhausted and nobody is watching, refusing to use your past trauma as an excuse to be lazy today. I knew a guy named Trevor who spent 18 months completely invisible. No social media, no networking. He just executed a brutal protocol of relentless self-mastery every morning. For a year and a half, zero external results manifested. People whispered that he had given up. Then, over a single 6-month window, he re-emerged and reshaped his entire industry. He scaled to 7 figures instantly and moved into a completely different tier of life. The world called it an overnight miracle. It wasn't. The physical world was simply catching up to 18 grueling months of unseen internal architecture. If you continuously need the physical world to tell you that you have changed before you will act like it, you are a hostage to your environment. When you fuse high identity density with ironclad structural proof, you completely stop negotiating with your own life. You stop looking around the room for permission to be excellent. You realize that being chosen isn't a mystical aura bestowed on you from the heavens. It is simply the natural, entirely unavoidable weight of a human being who has stopped asking the world for permission to occupy space. You aren't waiting for a massive breakthrough. A breakthrough is just the exact mathematical moment when your internal structural capacity finally exceeds the terrifying scale of your external ambition. So if you are sitting there right now, doing the quiet, unglamorous daily work, if you are holding your ground when your old destructive habits scream at you to run back to safety, if you are forcing your body to sit perfectly still inside the excruciating tension of your own evolution, keep going. Do not break your position. You aren't waiting for your moment to arrive. You are literally expanding your physical capacity to survive your own success. And when that moment finally hits, when the bright lights turn on and the pressure completely spikes, you won't tremble. You won't sabotage it. You will just look calmly around the room, take a deep breath, and realize you built the structure to hold it.